We're live. Hey guys! It's me. It's Saturday. It's 2 p.m. A bit after 2 p.m. So, we're back to our stream again of this, I don't know, what is this, One Piece? Nah, I don't know. Anyway, so, party. Does anyone here in the party want to give a recap of what happened in the last D&D session?
Well, since I'm the only note taker, I guess I will. Let's see. I got corrupted and went crazy. The egg hatched and then floated and basically attached itself to me. I ushered everyone into the whale. I shot a dwarf. And then we got lost in the whale for a while until we found Elbin, in which me and him had a shooting contest, him versus my gun, and I somehow ended up losing, getting tied up, but they didn't tie up my tail for some reason, because I feel like that's a big glare. Pan Pan stole my gun, which I will be getting back. I'm at 1 hit point, no one slept, and oh yeah, our warlock purified me somehow, and now our ship is being taken over while half of our teammate is stuck on an island.
Good. Good recap. I like that recap. That's a good recap.
I'm just reading my chaotic notes.
So let's see. All right. So you're. So you're. So we have right. Okay. So we had Yin and Elbin on the demon ship, and then Pan Pan and Rael are on the farm island, right?
Yep, and I am also still tied up.
That is correct.
Okay.
I also think Pan Pan either got a boat or is making a boat to chase after us at some point. Well, he was
Oh.
attempting.
I tried, but then the island like rebuilt itself. From my
Yeah,
boat.
and then a message appeared on like the sand.
Yep. That is indeed what happened.
By the way, I am probably going to die a lot this session more than usually because I my connection does not decide if it wants to be non-existent or if it wants to actually work.
Of course. Of course. All right.
So
Nope. Continue. Continue.
uh, uh, if we're if we're already on game time, I had this idea of something that uh, Rail probably was going to do, even if it does not work at all. He's probably going to do it, and I'm going to do it anyways. So I like to write um, below the message in the send. I like to write something like, uh, if there's nothing for us, for our interest here, can you help us uh, get into our ship that's right now sailing away? And then he's as he writes that down, he's gonna uh, turn around.
The You see the sand shift. It begins to roll like a tumbleweed, right? Some great a mass of air and sand rolls over
Mhm.
into it, and you see it, right? You see that certain bits and pieces that there's something forming in the middle of it, right? You see some
Mhm.
sort of sparks begin to travel toward this thing in the middle, right? It you see this kind of a small swirling orb of energy begin to form in the center before the sand falls away. It's
Hmm.
small, about as large as maybe a grape, with two small orbs circling around it and leaving their tails trailing behind. They This orb glows a faint green color. It's a warm green color, like the color of chlorophyll, but
Mhm.
and it all of a sudden arcs off, you know, like a flash toward the boat. By this point, the boat has already turned and is moving toward the island. You think that it decided to go over there in order to make its transformation. Perhaps the water over in that area, or maybe there was some beacon under the water that it needed to sail over in order to perform its transformation. Either of those could be the case, but in any case, it is coming back from that area.
All right.
The You see that the whatever small orb goes to sit over the bow of the ship, right on the end, just right on the end of the bow, just right there. The ship sails over, and you see that as it gets closer, you see that there are no, the wood is more gnarled than you had thought. You thought that it was just maybe a few maybe a few knots, maybe a few twisted planks, but on a very fine, detailed level, it looks like the wood has been torn and twisted. It looks like, it looks like it's made. I mean, in the way a that like a fungus would grow, right? Right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like it has these strange small growths coming off of it. They're in the shape of flames, but they're black. They're black. Well, black with streaks of light brown through it. Overall, I mean, the ship
Mhm.
is beautiful. It's the prettiest ship you've seen yet. I mean, the prettiest ship that you've seen. There might be
Mm.
other ships that exist which are better looking, but you haven't seen them yet. It's just it's just that it's so exotic and that you it anyway, it goes and stops by the pier very nicely floating by,
Mhm.
and it rolls out a nice plank as if to beckon you to get up on it, right? A nice plank rolled out onto the pier, nice and inviting. A good path for you to get up onto the ship. Do you trust this? Right? Do you trust it? Are you gonna get on?
Mm, do we have any other options, really? I mean, it's either board the demon ship or stay stranded on this haunted island. So, rails in and be like, okay, um, as our
I mean, to be fair, your ghost was more friendly than mine.
I see that Ryal is speaking, but I cannot hear him. Them.
Yeah, same here. I just thought I was glitched. Yeah, I forgot. Pan's in on the island with them. I forgot because they weren't talking.
Yeah, they are on the island.
well, I
Planning on
just
doing
have
anything, Kyle?
Uh,
Oh, you've, I don't know, glitched out a little bit?
yeah, yeah, I died.
I get on the ship.
Okay, so Pan's getting on the ship. I don't know if you guys heard it. He was quiet.
Okay. You get on the ship. The planks do not move and they do not shift. The ship doesn't grab you. It just acts like wood. Pan, tell me, are you wearing shoes?
Think so. Yeah.
Good, you are wearing shoes. Alright. On the ship, you didn't really notice it before, but the sky is dark. It's not sunny. The sky is dark over near that over in the direction the ship went. The skies have these, you know, turning clouds and with crimson lightning flickering. Rael, I still cannot hear you. If you are speaking, I can't hear you.
It's just background noise.
And they see my character yet? Are we all like in the same space?
Oh
Or
yes, you are on the same ship.
great. Yin would like to try to either cut or undo the ropes with his tail that you all forgot to buy. Which check?
Um. Eh, pardon?
I got a bit. I would like to try and undo the ropes, or just cut the ropes that are around my character with my tail that they miraculously never actually tied up.
Okay. Um, stealth. That's stealth. I mean, you can do it. It's just about you not having them notice that you're doing it. So, do a stealth
8.
check. You got 8. Um, they notice. They notice what you're doing. Eh. So, Elben, you do see that Yin is attempting to untie themselves using their tail. How are you going to respond to this?
Just gonna kick him. Just
Where?
Give me a day, I get revenge on you.
Where are you going to kick?
No, it'll be more of a stomp right on his tail.
My tail is 5 foot long and in the air.
That doesn't affect me.
It all still has spikes on it, so where are you gonna stop, buddy?
Alright, I'll just shoot him with Eldritch Blast. Instead of stomping or kicking. 14 doesn't hit, does it?
I'm tied up. I'm pretty sure it would have hit anyway.
Yeah, it would have. He can't move, he can't dodge.
No, no sé dónde está mi cargador, me lo robaron.
I don't want
How
to
much
kill
damage
him.
does it do?
3. I'm pretty sure you're dead now.
Yo.
It didn't do more than half my maximum HP, so I'm not dead. I'm just rolling death saves.
Oh. Well, that's good. Problem solved.
Your character knows for a fact that I'm not evil since you just terrified me, dude.
Yeah, like he's just doing this because he doesn't want to get you untied.
And with a 15, an 11, and a 16, I'm not dead. That
Great.
was close. I have failed to die. Fortunately. But now my character hates you slightly more. Ian just says, "Our ship is literally transforming into a demon, and I'm your biggest priority?"
Oh, right. Forgot about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and...
You're on it! Look down for once!
I'm just gonna go ahead and get on my knees again.
Did his Eldritch Blast destroy the ropes, by the way?
What did the Eldritch Blast roll? What did you, back when you rolled for it, what did you roll, Alvin? I'm just wondering. Do you happen to
hit?
what?
to hit.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I mean, do you still
14.
like? Is it still sitting there? Oh, 14. Then no, it doesn't.
I will attempt to untie the ropes in my tail again while he's distracted and looking at the stupid boat.
I'm just gonna get on my knees and pray.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah, you succeed.
Paladin.
Yes, Yin succeeds. There's not. I mean, hey, there's not much that can disturb a warlock while they're praying, so they're not gonna notice you. So, yeah, you succeed. You're out of the ropes.
I would like to survey the. I'd like to stand up. I believe they took my gun, but not my bow staff. Can anyone else confirm this? Because I don't have it written down in my notes that they took my staff.
No, they took all your stuff. Like, only things you have
Oh my
on you. The only things you have on you are like your like your pants and your undershirt. You don't have your leather jacket on either. They also took that.
Okay, so I'm
I mean, I hope.
equipping my leather armor.
What? Oh.
Take off my leather jacket thing. I'm unequipping my leather armor. No, -1 AC. So sad.
Yeah. Yep, it's a jacket and it's nice and thick. It's a jacket that's enchanted to be soft but still provide the benefits of leather armor. So it's pretty cool.
This was very expensive. I know, because I'm a noble.
Yeah, it was expensive. You know, I'm just giving exposition. just giving exposition. Just that.
Ian would wear a leather jacket. Okay. I will attempt to get off the ship now that it's back on the dock.
But Naruto, you have been separated from the Eight Tails.
Oh, is the thing still on the ship? Wait, I thought it absorbed into the ship already.
Yes, I know. It's not in you anymore. Are you sure you want to leave?
No, I'm gonna go find it. Also, I didn't realize this. My character is totally a Naruto right now. Instead of a noble has a beast. He's Naruto.
Yes. I mean, you weren't I didn't intend for you to be Naruto, okay? This was not intentional. This just kind of happened.
I didn't either, but I decided to go into a whale like an idiot.
I don't think Naruto had a gun that shot pumpkins.
Here's the thing.
Good
I made a
You
series
fucking
of decisions, and I thought that you would choose the other option, okay? That's why you ended up being Naruto. I thought you would choose the other option, not this path, okay?
I have to juggle being the rational one, being the leader, and also being chaotic good. My decision making is wrong, but funny.
Yes.
Okay. Where is the dark puddle that he just split into before he decided to merge with the ship? I would like to go and put my hand there.
You can't. It absorbed into the wood. The wood absorbed it.
I'd like to go to the lower deck of the ship.
Well,
Is anything happening due to me praying?
no,
Okay.
not yet.
Paladin.
So, on the lower deck, it is very dark. You can't see anything. It's very dark. I know you have dark vision, but this is
Yeah,
magical darkness.
magical darkness. I'm
Yes,
guessing.
it's magical darkness. It's very dark.
Hmm.
You cannot see anything. Um,
To know.
however, you
I
are
will go
able.
and attempt.
However, you were able to figure out by touch that there is some walrus-like being down there. It's on the floor, and it's not. I mean, okay, it's not as
What?
big as a walrus. Okay, it's not. It's not as big as a walrus, but it feels like a walrus. It's about 2 feet long. From yeah, it's about 2 feet long from its fat head to its fat flipper, and it its skin is dry and leathery, and you feel its two tusks. So it feels like a walrus.
Going through the darkness, I say, Orphe, which is the name of my, what was it? Weird thing that hatched from the egg.
Did we see him go down to the lower deck?
Yes,
You were praying.
Pan Pan saw it. Elben
I
didn't.
was praying. I want to stop praying.
I probably passed out.
I mean, I'm in the darkness now, feeling around, so good luck trying to spot me, but.
The ship isn't that big, is it?
Not very
you
big.
said
Like,
I thought the ship wasn't big.
It's not big.
It's like
Alright,
two
and he has
floors.
a 5-foot tail, and he's probably taller. I feel like we would at least be able to feel him once or twice.
You can try and feel me, but I don't think you can see me because I'm in the magical darkness.
And
If you try to go feel
Yin
him,
had that pumpkin gun, pumpkins are relatively big.
I don't have the
One of
gun.
those and it's gonna
Pan
hit
does.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah, I meant
not
Panther.
shooting an entire pumpkin.
I'm shooting seeds. My
Yes.
gun just is colored like a
Oh,
pumpkin.
it shoots seeds?
Yes, seeds.
Yes.
Yes,
I
seeds.
shoot
This
The
whole time I
seeds-
thought it shot whole pumpkins.
Yes. No, the seeds are about. No, the seeds are like 2 centimeters long and about 6 centimeters in diameter. You know, like they're shaped. You know, they're shaped like bullets, but they're seeds. Yes.
By the way, quick question. For me shooting Pan earlier, is there just seeds embedded in his leg, or did they like explode on contact?
Uh. I mean, he probably pulled them out.
Okay, so the seeds just embedded in his. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do embed, but I mean, they're easy to pull out. Like they don't go in very deep.
Even better. Okay, I have plans. I'm trying to talk to the I'm trying to talk to the walrus thing. I look for where its head is, pet it, and ask,
This whole time I've been
Hey, buddy.
thinking that gun shot pumpkin.
let's work together again.
I know.
What? I can't speak with animals today.
I do not
So
know. What,
I'm
listen,
just-
I don't know what a walrus sounds like. I just assume it makes a sound kind of like that.
It does. I can't speak with animals today, so I can't understand that whatsoever.
Is it speaking like an actual language? Is there like people who can understand that?
As far as you know, no, there isn't.
I believe the language he's speaking is Walrus.
Yeah, he's just making walrus noises.
Well, I just wanted to make sure because I mean, it's if it was an actual language, I can understand it eventually after a short rest.
What?
Oh.
Comprehend
You
languages, and I would assume that I would eventually find this walrus.
you might hear it if, unless there's something special to it being in the darkness. And my character try and discern if this walrus is the source of the darkness?
Um. Well, I'm going to ask, do you have an ability that lets you, touch souls? Just wondering, do you have that ability? Like,
Which ability?
okay, like, can you take, like, your brain and then reach out with, like, some spectral fingers and, like, gently caress the silver, like, outline of their soul? Like, is that one of your abilities? I'm just wondering.
It is not.
Okay, that was
No.
a different character, alright. Uh, you believe that it is. I mean, you feel around and you don't feel anything else down here, so you assume that it's the dark walrus. You assume that the walrus is making the darkness.
The walrus of the darkness.
Quick question. Was my character aware of everything that happened up until now, or does my character just wake up and was tied up on the ship?
I mean, for most of the time that you were tied up, you were conscious. It was for most of the time, yeah.
Okay. I say to whatever the walrus is, I'll be right back, buddy. I just have to go get my crew. And then I go head upstairs. Yeah, I go head upstairs to see what is probably just Elbin and Pan Pan, since I don't think Rail said they got on the ship yet.
I did said it, but I died the moment I said it.
Well, okay, so now they're on.
Okay.
Okay, Ryle got on the ship while Yin was down under. So
And immediately I passed out.
he I mean, yeah, I mean, if you didn't pass out before, then, well, Yin, he has a certain presence about him now. He's you can feel you can feel the aura, you know. You can feel this spiritual pressure.
Mm.
And just says 2 thumbs up saying ghost ship.
You hear in the background very faintly the theme of the Aztec gods of fitness.
Yes. Oh. I hope I could put my M- MP3 player or something, cause I have that theme downloaded in my computer.
I hope it's the same thing I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood to use rhythms. I'm just not feeling it. Anyway, also, more importantly, yeah, I don't want the music to play right now. I'm You know what I mean? Just imagine that it's playing,
Yeah.
because I don't want to listen to it right now.
Alright.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and so, yeah, you can feel his presence. You can feel the spiritual pressure. How are you going to respond to this?
Hmm. Uh. Wake up and be startled by it.
While Rail was unconscious, my character was just looked down, looked down at Rail, looked up at Pan Pan, then looked back down at Rail and said, "Heal them? Come on!"
Uh, so walk up to Rail, see if he needs healing.
Does Rael need healing? What is that?
No.
Is it like a
No,
medicine
not
check?
really. It's just.
Would that be a
I'm
medicine
gonna-
check for Pan Pan to find out if they need healing?
I think I'm just gonna make my character a narcoleptic just because I need an explanation in game.
Oh, please
The
don't.
times.
Please don't. We already had one, and that was hard enough. I don't want another one.
Fuck.
Oh, have you already forgotten?
No.
Or
No, I
dead
haven't.
captain?
Yeah.
If any of you develop narcolepsy, when my character gets to level 2, I will specifically pick the only druid circle that lets me cast Dream, just so that I can give you nightmares when I reach another level.
No, but the thing that he passed out is just gonna. I'm gonna be like, that is the explanation for this time as to why I disappeared in the middle of my speech.
You walked up aboard and you immediately face planted and passed out.
Yes.
Can I try to find out what this aura is coming from? Well, I know it's coming from Ian, but like, why is it there now?
Because he's a Chad. That's why.
Good enough, I guess.
Damn right that's good enough.
I want to go below
So,
deck.
so are we gonna investigate the below deck, like that walrus thing?
Okay, Elvin, you go below deck. You, your holy spirit is quite repulsed by the, small, ugly bastard man that's laying on the floor.
Oh, it did.
But it's not necessarily a holy spirit. That was just holy power at that time. I don't have a holy spirit. I have an evil spirit, technically.
Technically.
An evil spirit that can purify other spirits.
It didn't have
Oh, it did.
You didn't have to be purified. That was the DM's choice. Blame.
No, you tried to
That's what
purify.
you have the ability.
I attempted, and you let it happen. I
Yes,
attempted
but
to
that does
purify
mean
the
that it
evil
actually happened, meaning you
by
are a
fire
paladin.
and
Yes,
fire.
y'all players. Yeah, the players made an agreement. I don't know what do you mean it can purify? Yes, it can purify.
Anyway, Yin is just immediately go down to the lower deck. Ian is just stunned that no one even brought up the fact that they left a possessed druid and a warlock on a boat. The boat's now crazy, and no one's going to question that A, Yin is somehow not evil anymore, and B, the entire ship is a ghost now.
Yes, and the fact that Boruto's Rasengan is still sitting on the bow.
Crazy.
Also, in case I haven't already told you this, when I use proper nouns, it's usually a joke. Okay? Just in case you didn't know that, when I use proper nouns, it's usually a joke. Like, I mean, you probably already figured that out, but I want to make it clear to you. Anyway, so
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Um. Anyway, so
Do I hear this walrus person thing?
so, I mean, do you want? I mean, are you gonna try to talk to the walrus?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to communicate with the walrus.
What do you say?
Hi there.
Yeah.
Careful, the walrus already took out Rail.
It just said,
It made a walrus noise.
Well, I'm gonna attempt to talk to in every single language I know.
It's you speak to it in every language, but its response is the same.
Wait, it makes the exact same noise or like a different walrus noises?
It makes different walrus noises.
Dang it.
No, it is not. No, you're not pressing the button on a record. It is different walrus noises.
Walk down ship. I walk down the ship, just stare for a second and say, yep, this may just be a regular walrus that just happened to be in the darkness. Like, we left the ship alone for a while. The character knows it's the source of the darkness, but I don't think anyone else does.
But didn't I feel a repulsive evil to my Holy Spirit?
It could have just been from the darkness.
But
Ian says as he tries to convince you that the walrus is just a normal walrus.
then why would this thing be here
Well, you see, the thing is,
in the darkness?
it
There's
did-
no holes in our ship.
well, you see, the darkness. Now that you're closer to it, it seems to come from behind the walrus. It seems to come from behind the
I'm gonna
walrus.
walk towards the actual source of the darkness.
You get dizzy, and you somehow manage to get turned around and find yourself standing right in front of Yin.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the walrus.
The walrus, not the thing that's making you dizzy and turn around. No, the walrus.
What do
Well,
you
it's
roll?
probably give me a minute. 21.
You hear a noise like a piece of wood hitting a piece of wood, right? It's a nice solid clap as the Eldritch Blast is reflected back toward you. You're able to dodge it, but you're surprised.
I go out and touch whatever he was shooting.
It feels like a walrus.
Well, if it's only
A
2 feet
micro
long,
walrus.
you
Oh
just
no.
move your hands a bit.
I would like to search the area for something that does not feel like a walrus.
You feel a few oak barrels in addition to your uh like your maps that you slept on. All rolled. I mean, the
I
maps are all
have
rolled up
maps?
into.
I take the map.
No, not a map.
What happened to
A
the
mat.
stick?
The mat.
Oh, maps.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to
Yeah.
feel around until I find the place where the egg hatched, and I would like to go grab the eggshells.
Yes. The shells have. You do find the chest where it is, and the shells have. I mean, the shells are. They're cold, right? They're not. I mean, they're not glowing. Okay, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
no,
feel them and you feel the texture of it, and you can tell, and it's the same texture as the egg had.
okay.
What happened to the stick?
You mean the metal rod that Rail has?
Yeah, where is it? I'm gonna grab it and poke the walrus.
It's in my person, probably.
Well, I'm
That
gonna.
reminds me. I go up and go ask Pan Pan for my stuff back.
Well, I go ask Rail for
Your
the
stuff-
stick.
Your stuff was downstairs and it was sitting next to the chest that the egg was in.
I go grab all of it.
Okay. You may. Now you have your inventory.
Ah, finally have my gun back.
Still smells the
What-
same. Yes, you picked it up and you sniffed it to make sure it smelled the same, and it did smell the same.
No,
Rail, can I
knowing
have the
that
gun?
Pan Pan was the person who took it, I'm surprised. My little brother laughed so loud it's in both our mics. Hold on. By the way, I would like to say that ever since Yin started this journey, every single dwarf he's talked to has either pointed him in the wrong direction, lied to him, or stolen his stuff.
What? What dwarf pointed you in the wrong direction?
Is it just a really short guy in that one village who pointed and I couldn't understand his heavy accent?
The guy looked like Captain Jack Sparrow. He was not a dwarf.
My character thought he was a dwarf.
I described him as being like 6 feet tall with a pirate hat and matted dreadlocks. What are you talking about?
My character couldn't understand his voice. It was not okay, fine.
Anyway,
Now that
Then we're going
explains
basically back to Pan Pan. My experience with dwarves have been they lied to me and they stole my stuff. I call everyone to the top deck of the ship.
I was already on the top deck of the ship trying to ask Rail for the stick. Give
First
me
of all-
the
Yeah,
stick.
everyone's on the top deck because Pan Pan hasn't done anything yet.
do you hand over the stick?
No. No, it's
Well, if
mine.
you won't give me the stick, I'm gonna take you to the bottom deck and ask you to poke the walrus.
That sounds fine for me.
What is the stick made of, by the way?
It's a metal rod, as far as I'm aware.
It's unknown metal.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's about as
Oh,
heavy
no.
as iron.
Real quick, I would like to make my staff magical and see if the magical effect changed from last time I used it before I was cursed. Just want to see, because all my other stupid thaumaturgy stuff got more powerful. I'm just checking to see if my magical thing glows a different way or something.
Your staff, when you take your staff and you uh use your shillelagh, it it becomes it has the same transformation that it did before. It turns into a dark wood like an ebony. It and it grows a club on one end that appears to be made of some kind of brass. It's the same way that it did before.
Interesting. I'd like to wait until they're done with their stupid experiment, and then I'd like to call everyone to the top of the ship after they're done with that.
I'll follow, see what happens.
My character follows as well, only so that he can make sure the stupid thing is okay.
Okay, so as I suppose I am directed to where the walrus is in this magical darkness. And I poke that thing with the rod.
Yes. It rolls over to get away from the poking stick.
Poke it more.
Huh. All right.
You poke it more.
Does it keep
Like
moving?
that one broom from Baldi's.
As a druid, will I know that walruses are incredibly violent?
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, that isn't a walrus.
Am I okay? So would I think that the magical darkness is making the walruses more passive?
That is what you assume.
Okay.
Alright, feel around for the walrus.
I thought it wasn't a walrus.
It's not.
It feels like a walrus.
It feels like a walrus. It sounds like a walrus, but it's not a walrus.
I think we don't have any of the other people here, because then we'd know if it tasted like a walrus.
I mean, a couple good Eldritch Blasts could cook something.
I feel for our walrus and like try to pick it up.
You're an artificer. What strength do you have?
Out.
It's 2 feet long. How heavy is it?
A walrus, like a small walrus, is still very heavy.
A small walrus is 2 feet long?
I'm just going by the average weight of a baby walrus.
Well, how heavy did you say the small walrus was?
Well, I'm going off of baby walrus, which is 100 to 165 pounds, which I'm pretty sure more than the sum total of all of my equipment.
Let's see.
100, if at least it is 100 pounds, and weighs more than all of my equipment combined.
It weighs about, like, 60 pounds.
Okay.
That is a light walrus.
It's 2 feet long.
Yeah, but still, like, even though, whatever.
Does that
He
mean I
picks it
can
up.
pick it up?
Do I know if Pan Pan picked it up?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I say, let's go see what it really looks like, and try and get him to take it out of the darkness.
So I carry it up to the deck.
I'd like to note that I am currently standing behind the paladin, so that if in case it's violent, I'm not going to be hit first. Oh, by the way, Elbin, my character legitimately thinks you're a paladin.
But paladins can't cast Eldritch Blast at level 1, can they?
Would my character know that? No. No, they wouldn't. They may be a noble, but they aren't all-knowing.
Oh, I know a good way I could quickly show him that I'm not a paladin, but I can't use it right now.
Exactly.
I just need to wait until there's a big danger. You're all on 1 health, and then I'm the only one that can do this.
I am on
Milky.
1 health. You all didn't heal me.
This better not involve Star Platinum.
No. Whatever you're doing, it's going to totally ruin my plans.
Oh,
Oh well. Did Pan Pan bring the walrus out of the magical darkness yet?
Well, yes, but also no.
So
He
is it
brought
like he attempted to bring it out and then it just hit a wall, or is it
No,
like he
he-
attempted to bring it out and then he just
He attempted to
couldn't
bring it
escape it
out.
while he had it?
Well, he attempted to bring it out, but then the walrus kind of. Well, okay, so he attempted to bring it out, but then he got kind of like turned around.
I'm gonna be back, sir.
You know, like he got. He ended up turning around by accident, and he walked back into the darkness.
My character sighs, looks over towards Elbin and asks if he has any rope.
I turn back
Does
around
Elbin have any
and
rope?
throw it towards Yin.
Can't see where I am. You're in magical darkness.
I can hear you ask for the rope, right?
I mean,
What?
sure, my character isn't talking that loudly.
You're still in the same room.
To the DM, I guess.
So wait, what is your question for the DM?
Well, Pan Pan wants to throw it to me despite him not seeing me. So he says he can hear me, but I'm just asking if he actually can hear me. Like, would
Yes.
it be a perception check, passive perception, that whole thing?
He can hear you.
All right. Is he saying he's going to toss it at me, or is he just going to toss a walrus at me while I'm in the middle of a conversation?
Throw it towards him.
Does my character get hit by a walrus?
Yes. Do you catch it though?
Did I notice it? I guess I would look. I guess I look over and attempt to.
Then I mean, it hits you before you can get your arms up, but you are able to catch the walrus and keep it from falling. However, the walrus begins to struggle and flap. It doesn't. I don't think it enjoyed being thrown.
I use the fact that I am a druid, and I will mimic small. I'll mimic the sounds of small animals, which basically just this walrus specifically, with druidcraft, and I will pet it while also taking it to the top deck.
Oh, yes. You're able to carry it up onto the top deck. You can still feel the walrus, and you can smell that it smells like a sweaty human, but you can't see the walrus. Like, I mean, it's not that you look down at your arms and there's nothing there. It's just that you can't really look at it. You know?
Okay, magical rod situation. I usher everyone back up to the top deck.
Do they come? Do y'all come?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
what
complete
happened?
darkness down here, so yeah, yes I do.
Why is everybody running to the top deck?
Because I, the captain, called them up to the top deck.
Well, I also heard that that the walrus got thrown somewhere.
Thrown to me. I'm carrying it. Also at the top deck.
Well, I go back to the top deck.
You see that the walrus is dark. It's a dark shape, right? It's vaguely elongated, but it isn't like a tight walrus shape.
See my character just petting the darkness like a cat?
Yes. I mean, okay, so here's the thing, like, it's not that it's a hard-edged darkness, like, the edges are furry. I don't mean the edges are blurred, I mean that it looks like the edges of the darkness have fur. Like a soft, medium-length fur, you know? Like, but, yeah, you're petting... But to you, it still feels like you're petting a walrus.
Interesting. Character doesn't notice it. I say, look, I know this has brought us nothing but misery in the past, but I feel like the only way to get truly to the bottom of whatever this thing is to go back to the whale where it came from.
How
We
close
have
is
to
he
go
into
find
the
that
boat?
stupid fisherman.
Indeed, this...
How close is he into the boat?
He's
I mean,
on
to the edge of the boat.
to the edge of the
to the
boat.
water.
5 feet. 5 feet away from the edge.
I'm gonna kick the walrus and hope that it goes into the water.
I'm holding the walrus.
The walrus...
I can still
hardens.
attempt to kick it.
The walrus
Out of my
hardens.
hand.
I mean, before when you touched it, it felt like walrus, but it hardens, and when you try to kick it, and Yin feels it harden in his hands too, like, and so it hurts your foot, hurts a lot.
Ow.
My character laughs because he tried to kick something out of my hand. Anyway.
Well, I mean, he's a walrus.
Sorry. Oh. I go up to the top of I go up to wherever our steering wheel is, and as the captain, I start steering us towards the direction of the whale until we get nearby. Until we can see the whale.
Have you publicly announced your plans to go to the whale?
Yes.
Yeah.
I walk up
Well,
to
I
him.
I'm just
said
gonna go ahead and
openly
stop
that I
right
know this
there,
is a
but
bad
that's
idea, but
my
I think we
ship.
need to go back to the whale.
That's my personal ship.
The whale is your ship. Uh-huh. And what
Yeah,
exactly were you bringing on this ship of yours if this came out of it?
cargo.
What kind of cargo?
I was on my way to. I got a hot scoop of a necromancer that didn't ask for consent, so I was just gonna go ahead and give him a real quick chop chop. So I killed the whale. I turned it
Paladin?
into. I turned it into a boat, and then I'm not a paladin.
You hunt liches, you're a paladin.
I don't hunt liches. I hunt necromancers because
So
that's
you hunt
the
the undead, ergo, you're a paladin.
no. Specifically, my deity. She was turned into a lich by a necromancer. So she wants me to go off and kill all necromancers that don't ask for consent.
Sounds like a very holy paladin-like thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Confirming that you
She's a
have a
lich
deity only
woman.
pushed me further to the paladin side.
Has this been going on for the time that I was off? Like
Yes, it
it's
has.
just an argument that
Yes, it has.
This entire thing is going on. Oh, by the way, as a group, I've decided that we're going back to the whale to figure out something.
When you
Good.
Well,
steer
I
the
was
ship,
lucky
Paladin
in
over
the
here, you strike. It was a ship.
when you steer
I'm not gonna
toward
let you in the whale.
when you steer toward the this god whale, you see that the um
So much.
polarized orb,
I'm sorry.
the polarized orb floats forward. Follow it. You see it leaves behind a trail.
I steer the ship in the direction of the trail as the captain and navigator. Also, I'd like to say that Elbin is so much of a paladin, even his ship is a god.
But I killed that god. I killed it.
So clearly, with all this stuff happening, it was clearly evil. Ergo, paladin.
Um,
The
Go up to the
orb
wallet.
keeps pace in
Aren't
front of
you
the ship.
someone that's good? Why do you want to connect to this evil?
I'm not connecting to it, I am figuring it out. If
Sure.
I, the person who, if me and you, the people who have the most experience with it, do not try and figure out what's causing this evil or trying to stop this evil, then it's only going to infect some other unsuspecting traveler, and the whole process will start over again. Now, let us go over to the whale. Let's not get inside the whale. I'm just steering the ship over towards the whale.
All right. I also give you permission to enter my well.
I
The-
did not need permission before, so why do you think I was going to ask for permission now? Just quick question.
Because
The-
now I see reasoning to side with you.
The orb keeps pace in front of the ship, continuing to guide you, you assume, toward the whale.
How long is this trip? Like, how long did it take me to get back to the whale?
Well, the time that it took for you to go from the whale to this island took about not 7, more like, took like 3 hours, but on the way back it takes like 20 minutes, which surprises you. You're a bit confused as to why it took so much shorter time, but you're here. Believe it or not, the sun is not set. It hasn't set. It's going to set soon, you can tell. It's getting low in the sky, but...
Hmm.
It's getting low in the sky, but it hasn't set yet. What surprises you? I mean, it's you've been doing a lot of stuff today. You just want to go to sleep.
Yeah, how
Anyway,
about before we enter this whale, we go to sleep, Mr. Captain?
we're not entering the well yet, but I have a feeling we do not want to be around this thing when it turns dark.
Then
Any
let's
object?
go somewhere else.
Yes, but if we yes, but if we leave it, then it could go somewhere else. We don't know how long it's going to be staying here, or if it's
It's
going to
a
be doing something even worse.
it's a dead whale.
The
You've
boat.
lost control of the ship clearly once before. How can I be so sure that you know everything about this?
The boat
Who said I lost
pulls up
control of my
beside.
ship?
DM stalking.
The boat pulls up beside the whale, and it slides down its gangplank, right between two large back spikes. The spikes are still tipped with blue, with a few blue spots going down all the way to the base, and overall it does look ethereal. It looks like kind of like a plant. You know, it looks like the kind of growth you would see on a plant, not a thing you would see on an animal, but it is there, and the boat,
As a druid, I've worked with both before. I walk up to the whale. I should not have said what I was doing
Um,
while you're still describing. Sorry.
so you said you walk onto the whale.
I walk to the top of the whale, yes.
does he still have the walrus on him?
Obviously. I did not put that down after that person tried to kick it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
found out
Elvin
that
tried
thing
to kick
by
the walrus out of my hands and he hurt his foot.
got the thing out of the boat by
Oh,
me
and
throwing
I
it
don't
to
wear
you.
shoes.
He,
Yeah, if you were wearing a sturdy pair of boots, this wouldn't have hurt, but you're not wearing shoes, so that's why it did. I mean,
filthy, filthy paladin.
like it didn't harden to be like steel, but it felt like a rib cage, you know?
Suspicious evil whale.
You would say that, you paladin.
It's as if the walrus like suddenly expanded its ribs so that be they would cover like all of its inside instead of just like its guts, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, it extended its ribs to be just below the skin. Is That's pretty much what you think happened because uh, eh, you're smart. That's what you assume happened. Um. So, are you going to follow Yin onto the whale? Who's going to follow him?
I'll follow him.
Follow him too.
Pan Pan.
Yes. Oh, damn shit. So watch the ship. Others.
Wait, you said you're. So wait, you said you were going to stay on the ship, or did you say you were going to get off while keeping a close eye on the ship?
I'll, so get off and keep a close eye on the ship.
Okay. Once you're all on this whale, you feel it. You see that the plank of the ship quickly retracts up onto the deck, and you feel the whale below you begin to quake and shiver.
I'm just gonna do a quick and swift stomp.
Yeah.
You love kicking animals, don't you?
Yes, you sure do love that.
They're evil animals.
Paladin!
So,
They're evil, nasty animals. I have something that I can prove that I'm a warlock, but I can't use it.
so the You see this. You all of a sudden get this. This. You fall forward, right? You all fall down, and yeah, you all fall, and you feel very dizzy. As you pull yourself up to your feet, you find that something's off. Something's different. Firstly, the sky is swirling with the same crimson lightning and dark clouds as there was earlier, and the ground around you is... it's not leathery anymore. The ground is made of a kind of a black stone, like onyx, and jutting up are spikes of a blood-red mineral. The sea around you is much farther away, as you appear to have found yourself somewhere on an island. A bolt of lightning strikes down and hits a nearby spire of dark stone. It's a bit, the stone's about 10 feet away, so it's dangerously close. It's a bit too close for comfort. You're all frightened by this?
My character has seen a lot of stuff since he first started sailing. Would my character look like as a druid or doing research research because he's a noble or generally being possessed before? Would he be able to tell where he is?
Yes. This is the island that you, remembering your backstory?
Yep, the island I started on. Where I was a noble.
Well... no. It's the place where you, first picked up the corroded bean. Remember the red one? The red bean?
Oh, that one. Good backstory I made, but it's fun. I liked it. Interesting.
Yes, you do.
I've been here before. I can get out again.
Yeah, you
Probablemente sí.
Question. Do I have good memories or bad memories about this place?
well, both. You see an altar near the middle of the island that you're on. You see, right, sitting behind it, there is a humanoid figure sitting on a stone. It has broadsword shoved into the ground in front of it, and it leans hands heavily on the hilt. It is just sitting on the rock, leaning forward.
I asked Fan to heal me because I feel like something bad might happen.
Yes. The screen darkens, and you all enter a cutscene that's a flashback. I know this isn't a video game, but it's time for a cutscene.
We need to progress the story along somehow. We
Yes.
know this chaotic group of individuals isn't going to do it in any meaningful way.
Yes.
Exactly.
You see...
I was gonna attempt to talk to the whale.
No.
In a cutscene, you can't do any actions in a cutscene.
You see a younger version of Yin standing on a boat with his staff held in his hands. You see an older and firm man, who you assume to be his commanding officer, shout and yelling out orders. Yin jumps off of the ship and onto this hard onyx land. He runs past these blood-red spires and when he passes another one of them, he gasps, almost in shock. He sees that a knight wearing armor of the same red mineral has slaughtered some of his comrades that ran before him. He, using this broadsword, it's tall, almost as the blade of the sword would, if the tip was pressed to the ground, the blade would go almost all the way up to this executioner's armpit. The Dark Knight turns to Yin and approaches with his sword raised. Yin quickly tries to strike the sword with his shillelagh before running back to the ship. He tosses behind him some kind of spiked ball with purple light emanating from it. It explodes in a cloud of fire that produces some kind of smoke screen that can cover him while he leaps back onto the boat. This older man seems to be surprised, and Yin stutters out something. You can't quite make out what it is because the audio is beginning to distort. The boat packs up and it begins to sail, but not before that same blade cuts through this smoke screen, creates a hole as the slipstream of air in front of it is displaced. It cuts into the side of this older man's neck. He falls to the deck, gripping it as the blood seeps from between his fingers. As you hear a roar come from the island. A loud metallic sound, like a gong being struck, is heard as the scene ends, and you're back to gameplay.
Was that exposition that everyone noticed and saw, or is
Yes.
that just exposition for the people?
Um,
Everyone saw that?
well, no.
I accidentally
here's the
pressed
thing.
skip.
Okay, so what happens is Yin has a flashback, and the audience sees it. Okay.
Nobody else saw it,
Yes,
right? None of the other actual.
Yeah, none of the others see it, but
game.
none of the others see it. But Yin has a flashback that is visible to the audience. Okay. So.
I urge Pan to heal me faster.
I'm gonna use my sickle and try to pull out a piece of this mineral
I'll be right back.
on the ground.
You're going to pull out your sickle, you said. I didn't quite catch what you said you're going to do after you pull it out. What did you say you're going to do with it?
I'm gonna try to take out a bit of the mineral in the ground.
You strike it with your sickle. The mineral does not break. You do manage to leave a small cut in the side of it, but it isn't deep. If you wanted to chip off a piece, it would take many more strikes.
Alright, I'm gonna talk to the whale in Celestial.
What whale?
What happened to the whale? Is the whale just gone now? Didn't all the crystals emanate from the whale?
What whale? There is no whale. You're on an island.
Well, then what happened to the whale?
You don't know.
Well, I'm just gonna talk in Celestial. Because apparently there's something there doing this.
What do you say in Celestial?
Reveal yourself. Demon. We have Pop-Tarts.
Do you hold out the Pop-Tarts?
Yeah.
There's a flash, and there's a flash of this dark lightning, and it disappears from your fingers.
Did that appease you?
You hear a crunching, and you look up to see some... It looks vaguely like a goblin, but it's much taller and longer. You see, there's this dark figure it's a dark purple in color, and it has it has 2 long legs and 4 arms. Its head is very large, and I'm gonna say this. Okay, so its body is about twice as wide as its legs. Its legs are about the same width as its arms, and its legs are of uniform width all the way down. And its eyes are like crystal. 2 crystals. You see that as it eats these Pop-Tarts, its teeth are sharp, almost like razors. You know what? This description, I'm just wondering, does this sound like any one Pokemon? Because if it is, then... Because if there is a Pokemon that kind of looks like this, then I think that might be a good...
Sableye.
What?
Back.
Because it wasn't
Sableye.
it wasn't meant to sound like a Pokemon, but I realized that in this case, if it does sound like a Pokemon, that is a pretty cool character design that probably has been included in Pokemon, because it's just a cool design. So, said...
Hey, what does it look like?
Like a Sableye.
Sableye. Let me check
But
this out.
taller and with a sword.
Sableye. Yeah, Sableye's final form. Yeah, that one. Yeah, Sableye. Yeah, after it evolves. Wait, let me check out. Let's see. It says this has a mega evolution. Apparently, now I want to know what this looks
Yeah,
like.
Mega Sableye.
Mega Sableye. What does that look like? Mega Sableye.
Sableye, but he has a giant gem as a shield.
Yeah, that's not the thing. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good depiction of what this looks like. Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, my parents got back home, so I'm half listening to the game.
Did he respond to me asking if he wanted some more and what was his name? Or did you not hear me say that?
I didn't hear you say that.
Oh.
But
Alright, yeah, I say, hi, you want another one? What's your name?
he doesn't respond.
Just to clarify, I did talk in Celestial.
Yeah, I know. Yes. Okay, yes, you did talk in Celestial. However, it does not respond to your Celestial.
I'm gonna hold out another Pop Tart anyway.
It it goes and extendo chickens its arm to take the Pop Tart. Yes, it extendo
Before I
chickens its
can grab
arm.
it, I'm gonna hold it back a little. Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it back a little
Read
and
general
say,
chat.
I'm gonna hold it back a little and say, tell me your name and then you can have it.
It retracts its arms. And then before it disappears in a flash of dark light, you all feel this compulsion. You feel like you're compelled toward this altar. You assume that, I mean, okay, you feel this compulsion just before it disappears, which makes you think that it cast whatever this spell was and then disappeared.
I guess I walk to the altar.
What are you going to do there?
Can I look around and try to see what this altar is for? Maybe using the religion skill.
You may.
All right, give me a second. I have to go back to my character sheet. I rolled a 7.
7.
Does a 7 tell me what this is for?
Well, you think that it is for offerings, material offerings, such as gold or food,
Or Pop Tarts?
perhaps.
I'm gonna set a Pop Tart down on the altar. What happens
Okay.
after that?
It it stays there.
I'll come back to it. Is no one else reacting to the giant um thing that ate my Pop Tart?
Read general chat.
Uh,
Wait, what happened? I was gone.
I'm gonna see if there's anything else related to this god anywhere.
What did you say?
I'm gonna see if there's anything else related to this god anywhere.
Eh. Well, you assume that the statue behind the altar is a statue of whatever god this is. Just
What type
as
of position is the statue in? Like,
it's
does it have one hand out? Maybe two.
no, its broadsword is in the ground, and it has its hands on the sword. It's it leans forward slightly, and its helm is vertical. Right? It appears to be looking ahead.
Okay.
Its arms are, as I said, outstretched on its one hand on each side of the crossguard, and the fingers are touching. Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of something, but never mind. I mean, I guess I'll just try to wake the other people in my group out of their frightened trance. I'm gonna wave a Pop-Tart in front of their faces.
Hey, my parents got home. I have to go clean up, unfortunately, so I have to leave mid-session. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Also, please do not insult the creature by giving him unfrosted Pop Tarts.
Who wants unfrosted Pop-Tart?
Oh, no one. I thought that's why you're giving them away.
I don't have unfrosted Pop-Tart.
By the way, you speak Celestial and you're immediately doing religion checks. You're a paladin. Accept it.
I'm not. I promise you I'm not. As soon as we
Yeah,
get into
sure.
a battle and the stakes are high, I'll prove it to you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm out. See you guys.
Bye.
I forgot what your
Bye.
channel is. I forgot if I could, like, after the game, could I, like, rewatch the stream on your channel to see what happened while I was gone or something?
Honestly, I think that I'd rather end this session because I'm tired.
Just get it. Favorite part. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
but
fine.
more importantly, I'm tired.
Okay. That's reasonable.
Yeah. Anyway,
so I have to go now.
Yep,
I can't
goodbye.
stay for
Goodbye.
the chat. See ya.
See ya.
So we're just gonna end with me waving a Pop-Tart in front of Rail's face.
Yes.
Alright, well, I had a lot of fun today.
Yeah, I
Me
mean,
too. I was
Bye.
dead half the session, but I had my fun.
yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing. If you think that we ended with that, then you must not have heard me earlier. Cause like that isn't what happened. Like, did you hear what I said? Like, okay, apparently, okay. If you didn't, I'll repeat it. Like, after you had been waving these pop darts, a great
I have to go. Sorry.
goodbye.
I'm really
I
sorry.
know. So yeah, but a great winged creature with wings that are like 20 feet wide came up and blocked out the sun with a shadow that covered all of you. And that, I mean, was what I had ended on. So yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, I'll see you guys next time, next Saturday. The same time, 2 p.m. Just like we've been doing. And so, keep it real.